The starting one was with Mheshimiwa Kimani Ichung'wah, the majority leader, and he talked
Can I just add one so
Yeah.
that you can clear the air?
Okay.
As far as Kenyans are concerned, that did you get government to government help with regard to fertilizer? Because we had it from President Putin when he hosted the Africa-Russia summit, that he gave so many tons of fertilizer to Kenya. It's a matter that has been in the public domain. It'd be good to hear if upon receipt of the same was a value addition or something, or whether, because it must have come in as a grant. I think it's good that this is also be explained.
Thank you very much. I'm going to get an answer to that because I know we had G2G. We started with getting fertilizer from Morocco, and the whole idea was to negotiate the price, and the entry price was what the farmers were paying. We even provided to KTDA, the tea farmers. So it's something that, let me get an answer whether we got, that was a complicated time for that part of the world. Yeah. The first question was by the leader of majority. The issue is state-owned enterprises and the whole issue of duplication and rationalization. I think you can imagine, Your Excellency, from 2009 when the new privatization law was created, we have not privatized even one institution. It's a whole, can I say, depressing issue that the privatization law was supposed to remove the SOEs that are the government doesn't need, leave those that are just going to be strategic for purposes of helping the market. Now, we are happy that the parliament has actually approved the new privatization law.
Prof, again, just on that, the need for oversight by parliament is an issue of concern, even as you privatize. So please, just take that into account.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I think Parliament will always oversight virtually everything. But I just wanted, because I think the rules of the game will still have to be made by Parliament at the end of the day. But I wanted to say the new mode of privatization allows some diversity in terms of what you're dealing with. We are not saying that the Parliament will not be involved. Parliament will be involved. I've listened to some even frontier works in this area in some countries, like Indonesia, for example. And you can actually bring together all the SOEs in one kikapu, and you can rank them. These are the high performing, these are the medium, and below here are the laggards. And you actually transfer their management, not ownership. And you can now then pick up as they become profitable. You can cherry pick in terms of what you want to privatize. And because there are diverse ways of privatizing, this is the route that will go. For us, you can imagine the kind of transfers we make to SOEs. You can imagine the savings. So essentially, this is the journey that we're taking now that the law is in place. Tax regime, I think, again, the next question was tax regime and whether it will be used in the next finance bill. That is what we are working hard to, because we want to make sure that we are well grounded, both in terms of theory and practice, and we make sure that we come up with a tax system that is going to give us that is going to be with us for a long time. What are we looking for? We are looking for a tax system that is sustainable. We are looking for a tax system that is predictable. We are looking for that tax system that is going to give us value for money. Let me give you, for example, one point about the flavor of the current tax system, for example. One of the analyses they have done on VAT, for example, is that 18% of the total VAT goes to refund, VAT refunds. Okay, 18%. Out of that 18% that goes to VAT refunds, 95% goes only to two products: bread and milk. You can imagine the next question I ask some of my researchers: who buys milk from the supermarket and bread? Can we have a chat? Anyway, I don't want to go beyond there, Your Excellency. I think you can see what are we trying to do. If 18% of the VAT goes to refund, 95% of that refund is taken up by two products. then we have to ask, let's find out those who are taking those products. And anyway, that's another level. But I just wanted to, that's a flavor of why we really need to reform. The third question I was asked was about when we talk about corruption, and I tried to decompose this into terms of greasing efficiency and also state capture, or what we call illegal extraction of economic rent, because I wouldn't say corruption. But the most important thing here is that we want to ask ourselves, there is an institutional failure problem, but we have to fix it. Let me give you an example. Some years back, I don't want to tell you when, but you remember when. There was a declaration that any uniformed police officer can stop a vehicle on the road, isn't it? You remember that? What was the reaction by the market? Standardize the bribe to 5 to 50 shillings. So there is no question asked. A matatu stops, it just gives 50 bob and continues. That is pushing in institutional failure problem to the next level. I observed this on the road myself. I'm sure you also observe. So you can see we need to step back and come back and say, let's force our institutions let's push our institutions to operate the way they are supposed to operate. I was asked the question about the disequilibrium in the macro space, which also contributed to the nominal exchange rate movements. But also, I think my friend Udai had asked also why Tanzania and Uganda is not the same.